In very interesting news, if you are an OnlyFans user in Sweden, you might go to prison. Right, and that because the Swedish parliament just passed a law equating the purchase of sexual content online with purchasing sex from a prostitute, which one is already illegal in Sweden, and two comes with a punishment of up to a year in prison for the buyer. And specifically, under this new law, which is set to take effect July 1st, it will be illegal to pay someone to carry out a sexual act remotely for the specific purpose of that act being viewed by the buyer. Or in other words, this is not a complete ban on internet porn, but it is meant to target specifically live commissioned interaction. So watching pre-recorded content, that is still legal, and you can even watch lives as long as you are not paying for a specific act. You know, this type of content that they've made illegal, it spells some serious trouble for sites like OnlyFans. Because those live, special commissioned interactions, they're both incredibly popular and incredibly lucrative for the performers. And then as far as why the Swedish government has done this, right, do they have an issue with OnlyFans? Well, there I'll say it's not that simple, because during parliamentary debate, lawmakers argued that this law, it's meant to address the dangerous aspects of online sex work, with one MP saying, this is about digitalized prostitution, where the boundaries between pornography and human trafficking are blurred, but where exploitation and abuse are present. With another MP saying after the bill passed, this is a new form of sex purchase, and it's high time we modernize the legislation to include digital platforms. And as you'd expect, we're seeing a lot of people both celebrating and heavily criticizing the move. With advocates saying that the new law makes a standard on sex work in Sweden uniform and clear, what's illegal in person is now illegal digitally, saying the digital world can no longer be an entry point for prostitution. Then, as far as the criticism, that's actually coming from a couple of different places. You have some saying this is just born of moral panic, let adults be adults, but then others saying this actually doesn't go far enough, and they've called for the ban of platforms like OnlyFans altogether. And then also there are just some that are concerned that this law could end up arbitrary as performers and fans find loopholes. But again, this doesn't go into effect until July 1st, but it will be interesting to see if we see charges start to come from this.